Check. My voice. Check. Voice is good. Good evening, YouTube. Monday night drop. Micro Monday markets. Micro markets Monday. I'm going to be building on this YouTube and dropping these videos and getting you interested as we go along until I can kind of get into a better, kind of smoother flow of what I'm presenting and what I can get you interested in. If you're interested in markets, crypto, metals, silver, stocks, pretty much you'll see the whole board. So please like and subscribe and come back and tune in and catch on some of those shorts that are coming through. And I will be hitting these subjects. This move on the dollar has the potential of sending all assets to the moon. The last video I made for you guys, gold and silver, I covered the longer term aspects of those charts. You can consider what I'm showing you here with the DXY going to 80. And if I can move, I'll move the chart a little bit and you'll see that it's very likely that we're going to see this type of event play out. I feel like I've been watching it for a long time. I think we still have about 3 years and the dollar's very weak and a financial crisis happens and it gets to the point where, it reverses and it takes a while, doesn't it? For the dollar anyway. So if we see a move of the dollar down into these areas again, like we've seen before, it literally stays down there. Say it don't stay down there a long time, 6 years of a weak dollar, and then a dollar that comes in and boom up and then booms up again. You could look at this dollar right now and say, hey, this dollar's bullish and it's going to go that way. Very possible. So to me, Trump and everything that's lined up and the Fed heads and all that, we're going to be making that trip. And those three areas there represent weak dollar, but they also represent what folks in crypto know as alt season. And the spikes here and the short squeeze that's going on right now, and the effect that any of this will have on the oil chart, which is probably the second most important chart right now, the oil chart. And we're going to take a look at that. As you see, I'm right here at the USD Pro, and I take a peek at Westy Harris as well. But we're going to move away from the dollar. I'll give you more on that. You see more videos on the dollar for sure, especially if this starts to play out. And then what it'll pull in is the alts, and it'll pull in BTC and different asset classes that potentially are going to benefit from this next area once this war three, and Trump and this situation backs off. Most folks thinks it's going to last for a while and it's going to escalate. Gold, as I presented in the last video, has pretty much said different. Have things changed that much? Is it different? Does anything ever happen? I'll leave you with that, and then I will click on, and I lost it, the USD Bro, and the situation that's going on with oil. And there's a potential short here. And one of the last video I showed you a really good bounce oil short setup. And it's here too. And there's a gap, or there's what's called a square up. It's kind of it's a gap in the orders, but it doesn't visually show up. It's just shows up in the charts. Now, these two, Brent and then the West Texas that I showed, they're not the same, and they have diverged. They've gotten back, but they diverged a little bit, but they're pretty much the same here. Now you can kind of see, you see all this arrows. You see a very busy chart here, and it's just because I teach all of it. I almost want to take it out of there and just clean it off. I think it's probably best that I do that. There is a short potential here if you really know what you're doing, because and this chart really, a clean chart allows me to show it to you. The gap, it's more advanced. It's for people who understand. It's for people who are really traders. And a lot of people will be trading what is a bull flag, which is a bull flag right here, up. And I do feel like, you have to be really careful here, but I'll put 114 on it. That's where I'll be looking for. Right about 114. On this chart, it's a little different. It's different on the USD Bro, and I'm mainly focused on the other one. Let's see if we can find it real fast. We can. UK one. And you see here the bull flag and where I think oil is going as it marches there. And right around 113 or 114, because they should blow past the 111 or 112. There may be a reaction right there, just because of the way the orders are set up. It's gonna be real close. Plus, you're in a very volatile market. There's a chance they need to go back and fix that wick right there. Now, people don't necessarily believe or understand, I guess, understand or believe or understand things that I show. And that's a pretty good wick. So you got to be real careful here. I think the point of, and this trade is just not for a lot of folks. I've been doing this a long time. Very volatile. It's kind of like the gold short that I showed, and it happened in the middle when it may not supposed to happen. And in this case, if you read the news, especially the one side, how one-sided it is, you'll understand that for the most part, nobody believes that gold's supposed to crash like that, just like they don't believe that, or silver's supposed to crash like that, just like they don't believe that gold crashed the way it did, or silver crashed the way it did, or BTC crashed the way it did. So this is the main one in that action going on right now. Why? Because of Trump and the Trump situation, and because of the war situation. Most folks are caught up to this point on what's going on with markets, maybe not as detailed as this oil chart, and looking for a trade here. But I'm pretty sure folks would love to wake up in the morning and see gold back down at least around 70. We've come a long ways from when this war broke out. We were pretty damn bearish before this war broke out, as you can see the chart here. Now, if you're asking questions about my chart, it's more of a me chart. I show charts and stuff to people. Obviously, make videos. This is more of a me chart, just coming through, really kind of looking at this. And the reason is this: it's because this is a range to me, and people make big deals about the news and all that stuff, but for years, this thing goes up to the top and it comes right back to the bottom, no matter what's going on. Is it different? In so many ways, yes, it's very COVID-like in a way as it's hitting markets. I'll tell you that. The fear, the risk off, the uncertainty level is as high as COVID right now, and Trump has created that. I could talk about that all night, and I basically have about 10 to 20 minutes to speak about all this stuff. So you'll have to kind of catch the videos. I'm making a very structured schedule for me the best I can. I'm live 3 nights a week, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, or 3 days a week, in the morning and in one night room. And I have a group in a Telegram, a private Telegram. I do public stuff, but it's the videos you see for the most part. You have to be a very serious client. And I'm rebuilding kind of everything in front of you. So you'll see the opportunities if you're serious and you're interested in a lot of what I do. I'm going to be focusing on investing and that side of the markets and everything as I move forward. Although a trading has been in my past, I've taught it to people. I can do it. It's important. It's very important for investors to have that trading education, and that some sort of kind of experience with it, to be able to be good investors or better investors. Are all investors traders? I wouldn't necessarily say, but I would say the better ones are, and I am both. And I still like to trade. It's just gotten to a point in my life where, you know, I'll show what I see it. Well, I short the oil here. No, I have my eyes on the USD CAD and swing trade on the Forex. You'll see me show that. Not a lot of people are interested. I have to build up a group of people before I can show stuff like that, and folks will watch it. It's very valuable information. There's a lot of things I could show you about the Forex market. So we're going to move on right here. There's a short situation here. There's a bull flag situation here to the upside. There's news. There's all of that kind of stuff going on. And for me, it's a short. It's not a long. There's a trade here that's going off right now as I explained to you, the bull flag, as you can see better on this chart, and that's the deviation you see in these two charts, about $2 there, and the chart looks different as well. So that's where I have to be careful. But it's working its way up into here, and is it that chart or the other one? When you look at them too much, they both have this square that shows up around 113 or 114. So that's what I'm going to tell you. And for most folks, it's just someone coming in probably telling you something different than what the majority of folks out there understand, that, and it's left behind pretty good, that you're going to find that before this plays out, that oil will be back down in those 70s area. That will help with obviously gasoline and stuff, but this is going to extend out, I'm pretty sure, from all of my research and everything that I've listened to. You know, it's going to be an elevated level of oil, most likely. Will it cause inflation? That gets into Mr. Powell today. Kind of mildly dovish, left a rate cut on the table for at least one the rest of the year. Of course, he won't be here the rest of the year, so there'll be Mr. Trump's man in there, and I haven't said his name out loud in a while. Walsh, Frank Walsh, I think. Maybe it's Walsh, I think. It's definitely Walsh. I'm wondering where I got the Frank from. I might be right there. If you don't say somebody's name. So Powell spoke to him, and he's obviously been the Fed for a long time. I'm still not sure if he's leaving or staying. So that's kind of important as well. Trump, obviously in the middle of a war. Inflation, lots of energy, mention of an energy war. And just with me mentioning that word, I'll say currency war. And that's in so many ways what this video is about is that weak dollar that I started off with. And then the fiats of the world, there's seven pretty major ones. I could go to the yen and talk all night about what's going on with the yen weakening and the Bank of Japan. And it's interesting. It seems to, as you do research and look at what's going on with Japan, it seems that Japan is starting to make some waves in the economic world. How's their stock market doing? And then a weak yen. So the yen's already weak, straight up there, but that's weak for the yen. The CAD was kind of up there too, but I think that's going to be more of an oil trade because with oil being elevated for longer, it's going to be healthy for a country like the Canada that their economy is so based on oil. America does well with oil, and other countries do well with oil as well. And that area that we're in fighting right now that's causing all these prices to go up, they tend to do pretty well with the oil too, don't they? And you could make a case that somebody wants it. So that's probably a whole different story.